Senator Britt.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Ranking Member. It is a pleasure to be with you all today. Chief Moore, appreciate you being in front of this committee and the important work that you do. I also want to say thank you for sending me a welcome letter and welcoming me, obviously, to the Senate and to this committee. I certainly look forward to being able to work with you. As you know, forests are incredibly important to Alabama. They are one of the main reasons our state is known by many as Alabama the Beautiful. Alabama is home to over 23 million forest land acres, the third most in the continental United States. The people of Alabama are hard at work putting that land to good use. In fact, forestry contributes to 1,100 jobs, or over 100,000 jobs in our state. All of the work leads to a total economic output of about $27.7 billion. The state produces almost every wood product you could possibly imagine, from lumber to paper to cabinetry to pellets to flooring to oriented strand board. These products are used by Alabamians, by our neighbors, and all across the globe. Thankfully, we are able to export about $1.3 billion in products overseas. With an industry this productive and resources so crucial to our state, Alabama forest owners know that we have to take care of the gift that God gave us. And the greater forestry community in Alabama has demonstrated that principle incredibly well. Private landowners know that they must take care of their land if they are going to leave things better than they found them, leave things better for their kids and their grandkids. And as I consistently say, there are no greater stewards of our lands than our farmers, foresters, and cattlemen. I think that's why over 91% of Alabama's forests are privately owned, and the state still continues to add 2 to 2.5% of tree volume year over year. The administration's fiscal year 2024 budget for the Forest Service includes $60 million to install charging equipment for electric vehicles on public lands, which is clear that the Green New Deal has certainly made its way into the Forest Service budget. However, that very same budget cuts $3 million from landscape scale restoration grant funding. I believe this funding obviously has supported efforts to reduce wildlife fire risk, it's improved forest conditions, and also mitigated disease and blight conditions that are facing our nation's forest. In Alabama, we have found these funds to be useful to expand the use of drones and train drones pilots to combat and prepare for forest fires. In your experience, how effective have we been in using drones to track the spread of forest fires, to use that information to assist us as we fight forest fires and their efforts in the future?
So, Senator Britt, again, welcome and thank you for the question. I might add, too, in terms of wood innovations, one of the things that we bragged about Alabama last week was that you also have a cross-laminated timber facility there as well. And so I know Georgia would like to have their own, but right now they're borrowing from Alabama. So good on Alabama.
Yeah, we're proud to be a leader.
Yeah, the other part of your question, though, I think that I think Alabama, but as well as the South in general, plays prominently in how we look at wood and how we look at the innovations of wood, but also looking at the use of drones. The Forest Service has just recently gotten into the use of drones to do a lot of different types of forest management, including wildfire suppression, prescribed burning as well. In fact, we call it the Southern region is right now is leading the nation in prescribed burning, but also using drones to help with that facility. We know that there's always a safety risk when we use helicopters to look at increasing the amount of prescribed burning we're doing. And so one of the alternatives to mitigate that safety issue is to look at drones to do prescribed burning. So we're moving into that arena in a really rapid way, and we have already started licensing and certifying a lot of our employees to operate the drones. And so we're headed in that direction, and we're going as quick as we possibly can.
Well, thank you. I hope that we continue to use those resources to make smart decisions moving forward. And I want to thank you for the work that you and the Forest Service continue to put into Alabama and helping keep Alabama beautiful and obviously protecting the many livelihoods that you just referenced yourself. I was happy to see the emphasis you placed when you wrote me that welcome letter on collaboration and working to avoid these catastrophic events, wildfires and other things in areas like Alabama that would require robust local engagement to make good land management decisions. And so the Forest Service received about $10 billion in FY 2023. How are you using those funds to address and mitigate threats of cross-boundary fires, that start on federal lands and obviously cross over into private forest?
One of the strategies and the plans we have in the wildfire crisis strategy that we've developed is to look at two pieces. We have said that we want to address 20 million acres of federal lands, of Forest Service lands, as a matter of fact, but an additional 30 million acres of other federal, tribal, and private lands throughout the country. And so when we look at addressing to scale, we're looking at landscapes. And when we look at landscapes, it's multiple jurisdictions.
Okay.
And so we want to be able to deploy the work in a way where it's effective. So we'll be looking at strategically placed treatments across the landscape. In fact, our scientists are telling us that when you look at a fire shed as an example, which is about a 250,000 acre block, we only need to treat anywhere between 20 to 40% of that to have a positive effect on how that fire behaves when it moves through that fire shed.
Okay.
And so we're looking at that. We're using science as a foundation for making decisions on how we approach that. And we also know that the only way forward is to do it in a collaborative manner where we invite the community of people into the decision space to talk about what we need to do out there together. And so that's the direction that we headed in. We know that we need to invite the people into the decision space, not just, in the position of giving us their recommendation, but making them a part of the deciding what the problem is, defining what the problem, but also helping to pursue the solution together as well.
No, I certainly appreciate that spirit of collaboration and letting everybody have a seat at the table. I see that my time is expired, and so I will submit my additional questions for the record, Mr. Chairman.
And if you have the time to stay, approximately 15 minutes from now, you'll get another opportunity.
Okay, sounds good.
Great. Thank you, Senator Britt.
Hey, before you click on the next video, if y'all could do me a big favor and hit that like button. The algorithm loves it, and so do I, because it helps promote these videos and get the message out about what our government has been doing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications, because every time I put out a video, you want to know about it, right? Thanks again, and have a good one. See you on the next one. Peace.